Hi, this is Matt from chasingmatt.co.uk, and here I have the Nokia N96, which is the successor to the popular Nokia N95. Very standard box here, nothing too spectacular or anything really worth mentioning. So let's dive right in and have a look what's inside. First of all, right on top, we have the N96 itself, which we'll look at in more detail in just a second. Just want to have a look at the rest of the accessories. There's an inline microphone and control, which has play, pause, fast forward, rewind, skip track, volume control, a hold switch, clip, and then a socket for a standard 3.5mm jack, so you can use any headphones. And there's a 4-pole 3.5mm jack on the other end. That's great that that's included. It means you can use any headphones, so it can be used as a microphone. Media controls. We have the battery, which is obviously a standard Nokia battery. This one is a 950 mAh battery. There are headphones. So these are the headphones that are included in the box. Very small actually, they look quite tiny and in-ear type. We'll comment on the quality of those, but they look okay, they're not ever so heavy. And there's a standard 3.5mm jack on that end. Underneath we have a large selection of bits and pieces. So there, first of all, is CD-ROM, which contains Nokia operating guides. There's a getting started guide, an extras guide, Tetris manual presumably for the N-Gage, setup guide, and then a manual. There's a car charger. It's a pretty standard car charger with very small Nokia power connector on the other end. Mains charger. See, this one is European, with again a tiny Nokia charger on the other end. Have a video cable, again 4-pole 3.5mm jack with composite and audio. And lastly, we have USB to micro USB, I believe, connector. That may be proprietary. I can never quite tell with these micro USB connectors, but that's your data cable for connecting up to a PC. So looking at the N96 itself, let's have a quick tour. On the top we have a lock switch, power button, and a 3.5mm jack, so that you can actually plug in your headphones. The grill here, which is one of the loudspeakers, up and down presumably for volume control, camera button, another grill over another loudspeaker, so you actually do have the stereo effect there. Connector on the bottom, which, as I say, is the USB. What looks like a small hole there is actually the charger, where the charger plugs in. A little eyelet there for connecting up a lanyard. On this side we have a cover, which is over a micro SD card slot. That's pretty much all we have on around the side. On the back we have the 5-megapixel camera, which has got Carl's Zeiss optics and built-in flash, which looks like LED type flash. So on the front we have a small forward-facing VGA camera for video conferencing. We have a 240 by 320 QVGA display, 2.8 inch. Below that we have soft keys, send and end phone keys, and a couple of other buttons. There is an additional button here. At this point, don't know what that does. And there is the D-pad style navigation. If we slide the screen upwards, we have numeric pad, see for texting and dialing numbers, etc. and if we turn around and slide down, we actually have a series of buttons underneath the other end. These are used for media controls and on-screen stuff. So if I just pop the back off, that's where our SIM card goes, and obviously the battery goes just in here. Interestingly, the battery kind of sits sideways, and let's pop the back cover back on. So, and let's power up, and let's also take off the screen protector there. So while we're just waiting for it to start up, let's run down the specification. This model is a 16 gig model. I believe there are other models available. Quad band, supports GPRS, Edge, UMTS and HSDPA. Weighs only 125 grams, which feels extremely light actually in my hand, having been used to the Touch Pro for the last few days. This N96 does feel extremely lightweight. 128 meg of RAM, 256 meg of system memory, or what we'd probably call ROM. Talk time's quoted at 220 minutes, standby time 220 hours. It has actually got a built-in TV tuner, so you can watch digital TV, DVB-H Class C, so you can watch terrestrial digital TV, which we'll look at when we come to doing the actual review. As I mentioned, there is the 5 megapixel camera on the back and a forward-facing VGA camera, built-in GPS and built-in FM radio. Wireless LAN is 802.11b and G. With a high-speed USB 2 on the bottom. Has built-in mail clients and internet browsing clients, and supports MP3, AAC, WMA and album art for playback of your audio. We also have that TV out cable that we mentioned earlier on, which actually outputs to TV, anything they actually got displayed on here, whether it be stored video or actually live TV. We have Bluetooth 2 with A2DP and EDR, and we can actually record video on here at 640 by 480, 30 frames a second VGA. So let's just run through the setup. I'm nearest to London. I'm going to select OK that date and time. So if you're used to Series 60 devices, I'm sure you'll be able to get to grips with this pretty quickly. We have messaging. BBC iPlayer is already installed. We can go into a welcome screen. We have messaging. We have email, calendar, web browsing function, Bluetooth, BBC iPlayer as I say, and we have video center. We can search internet by content, and we can also go into the menu where we have contacts, messaging, maps, music, photos, video center, engage. We have some games already pre-installed, Tetris as I mentioned already, but I believe there are others already installed. So as you can see, we've got some other games installed. We've got World Series Poker, Tetris, Snakes, Subsonic, Mile High Pinball and Asphalt. We can also install other games. If we just back up out of there and go back into the menu, we have various other applications, tools, settings. As I say, BBC iPlayer has its own thing there, and if I open up there, you can see that the keys actually become illuminated down the side. So we have skip, play, pause, stop and skip backwards, and not that you can really see here on the video because it's very light, but the actual keys do obviously illuminate behind the number keys as well. So this unknown button on the front here actually brings up live TV, my videos, video feeds. Looks like we can actually skip back to contacts, internet, maps, games, photos, music, and then back to TV and videos, kind of Rolodex style. So we're going to be looking at the N96 over the next week or so. We're going to compare it to the N95 and some other Windows mobile devices, and we'll have a review online shortly.